Are you going places or left behind without a travel companion? Listen to how you can travel more independently. Dr. Mary Travelbest will bring you the best tips and her travel mistakes so you can benefit.
Welcome to Dr. Mary Travelbest Independent Travel Guide. This is a special episode for women like you who need a little extra support traveling the world, one woman at a time. I've been traveling independently since 1972, and soon you'll be able to read the Independent Travel Spectrum. So if you please, share this podcast with your loved ones. In this episode, the FAQ, where to stay in New York City. Today's episode is independent travel and the weather. Today's mistake, global entry card with a typo. And today's travel advice, store your luggage at a hotel. Now for the FAQ. Where should I stay in New York City? I'm going for my first time and have no idea of where I want to be when I'm there. I want to be close to most things if possible. And my second question, is it expensive to go from Hoboken, New Jersey to Times Square via taxi? So here's the answer. The first question, New York City, it depends on the kind of trip you're planning, but here are a few ideas. Based on your question, you might want to stay in Midtown, where you can get on the subway and head in either direction in about 15 or 20 minutes. Most of the main subway stations also switch in Midtown, so you can transfer. Now, the answer to question 2, the Hoboken to Times Square, you can spend as little as $1 or as much as $30 for that same trip. To walk would take you more than 40 minutes. You can also check out the website Rome to Rio to find similar travel choices for travelers, and the show notes have lots of details. Today's special episode is about independent travel and the weather. So, when you plan your next trip, be sure you plan for weather emergencies. Certain precautions, check the forecast, bring proper clothing and footwear. Here are some apps to help check the weather. There's morecast.com. It helps you plan your route, add locations, and time your departure, giving you options. And weather.gov will also have a forecast for you, seeing 6-hour time blocks with details along road segments. You can set your criteria. Now, AccuWeather is rated number 1 by Popular Science for accuracy and also offers MinuteCast, a circular clock-like forecasting tool that shows if it's going to rain in the next hour. You've got weather.gov and weather.com, which is free. This is the Weather Channel website. They collect data. They've got them from all kinds of National Weather Service forecasts. There's also driveweatherapp.com, weatherbug.com, weatherroute.io, and Weather Underground is free. Carrot Weather is free for Android and $5 for iOS. Dark Sky is $4 for iOS. Play.google.com is Google Play Weather, and apps.apple.com is Apple Store Road Trip. The weather for travel is a topic we can all discuss. Do you want a weather hack? Fahrenheit versus Celsius? Here's a hack. Double the Celsius and add 15 points to get an approximate temperature. And now for today's lesson learned. My global entry card has a typo in my name. So far, I've been able to get around that problem, but if you get a global entry card, be sure you check the spelling on it before you depart the airport. Now for travel advice. Store your luggage at a hotel. If you want to store your luggage for the day, go to a chain hotel where you're a member of the loyalty program and ask the bell captain to store your luggage. They usually will do it for free, which means you can give them a healthy tip, so you don't need to carry it all day long. This worked out so well for me last week in Chicago. I stored it at the Hilton Hotel downtown and was happy to retrieve it later and tip the service person well. I want to bring meaning to your travel. Send me your travel tip or question, and I'll try to answer that. You could send it to my Facebook page or group, my Instagram, my Twitter, my blog, and maybe you'll see your travel tips in the next travel book.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travel Best, that is.